architect is never alone. He can do nothing alone. He always needs developer.
Such a great power couple. We are talking about your project, Wagner Theater in Riga, your hometown. The theater is named after Wagner because Richard Wagner worked there in this building, in this theater for 2 years when he lived in Riga from 1837 to 1839. And I understand that the theater dates back to 1700s, late 1700s. How did you get involved in this project? And maybe you can also share your scope of work.
It used to be theater um, from 1782 till 1884 or 64, something like that. And then it was closed. And in this theater hall, 2 slabs were built in just to use for other use. And then it became end of 19th century only as a gentleman's club, Muse society, and nobles came for dancing, card playing, and so on. And it worked in this way till Second World War. After war, after occupation, here was a library, a Latvian University library called Fundamental Library, and the library exists in this house till 1980s, mid 80s, when Soviet government at that time decided to rebuild this music hall as a chamber music hall for chamber music. And then it was renamed as a Wagner, of course, in honor of Wagner. And then, well, everybody visited this 3rd floor. It was the ballroom, yeah, something for 250 audience, but with nice acoustics. And it worked till 2008 when cracks appeared and house was closed because become dangerous. Then it was closed for more than 10 years, and musicians and people who love music wrote to Ministry of Culture, asked when you open again. It was maybe number 10 in priority list, and then some people together, my old friends, we decide to do something, and Zaiga actually pushed me. In one moment, you have to deal with this because you know I'm retired. You have to do something, and okay, I decide let's go, and we started to organize Richard Wagner Society of Riga, because this house is a monument, a national level architectural monument, and then somehow Minister of Finance said, if you like to do something, take this house and take it. Yeah, and there, of course, we need. Yeah, it's yours. It's ours. We have to go through Parliament because we needed special law, and the house was given free of charge to society. It means not to us personally, but to society. From the very beginning, we decided that we have to put back this theater. It means to take away these slabs and put theater back. And then we decided that here will be museum, Wagner Museum. And of course, this music hall or Wagner Chamber Music Hall remains as it is. It will be for chamber music and for different use, let's say multifunctional, also to earn money, to rent for different events. Museum, theater, musical theater, museum, Wagner House, and plus cafe and small museum shop, and some, yeah, and also first floor, fourth floor for Gesamtkunstwerk activities. It means we see money for young people who create something together. You know, this Wagner expression, Gesamtkunstwerk.
I always start making drawings, and this is more or less my fantasies. You look at the existing house, and this theater consists of 4 houses. It's also a reused house. In 1782, when they opened the theater, it was already 4 existing houses. And a German Baron von Vietinghoff, he took 3 living houses and 1 war house. And it was already reused. And the architect Christoph Haberland, also German, he made this project. And therefore, that is in medieval Riga and in very tough water place.
Narrow street.
Narrow streets, yes. This theater is like hidden diamond. People come and look. Okay, this is theater. You see facade and nothing special. And when you enter the house, you also get lost. You go through corridors and galleries and stairs, and nobody knows where is this opera auditorium. And it doesn't exist more than 100 years, more than 150 years. And therefore, I tell everybody that, yes, this is the secret. This auditorium stopped existing, but we will put it back. And that I have this chance, just only fantasies, how this auditorium could look like. I do only hand drawings, and this is sketches and sections and plans, and you look what you can do. When I meet a client, I do my first sketches for free. Māris said this is wrong. He always says, but I need this background that I can talk about the project already on the basis what I can propose my client, and I understand and what I want. Officially, our project, our technical project is finished. It is accepted in all.
More than a year ago, before, otherwise we cannot start building. Yeah. Interior is in process now.
Interior is in process. But anyway, I change again if I see we can do better. And I like this method, design and build. That, okay, this is renovation. And every week we find something that we didn't know about the house. We find new places where existing windows were. And all the time you are in this process of design and build. Of course, builders don't like it. They always calculate this is extra expenses, extra works. But this is my passion, that I will never change my mind if I see that I can do it better. So
No, vice versa. She change mind if can do better. To make a name.
yeah, and so
Work is based on constant discovery, right? Because you
Yeah.
constantly
this is discoveries inside the house and inside myself and
Yeah,
inside
but look, this is why I just add, and this of course costs money, because Zaiga made project, it's done, approved, calculated, contracted, and so on. And then she said, no, better will be this way, and not every developer is ready to pay once again. Of course, I have to pay once again.
how to keep the balance. Just revolutionary methods and this background of creative work, and also bureaucracy.
Yeah, but we're not interested in bureaucracy. We're interested in your ideas. What were the inspirations for this project at begin? And I also wonder if Richard Wagner's music, his music, was an inspiration as well for this project, or was it the building that was
Both.
both?
Wagner is not my composer. For me, he's too dramatic. But if this Riga theater was the place where he found his new principles for new opera. So I will repeat again that orchestra, well, that is
Orchestra pit.
pit, yeah. That started in Riga. He understood that he had to put musicians under the stage. And second is the conductor stands with the back to the audience, and the auditorium is dark, not like it, yes. And so all concentration is on stage. This new auditorium is fantasy.
But just my remark. We found in the Riga German newspapers some descriptions about the hall. It means we got some, for example, green and red seats and so on. Yeah, we got something.
It's like fantasy, yes.
It's a fantasy, and you just mentioned that you've researched and you know what this auditorium looked like, but at the same time you wanted to not just to renovate, not to go back, not to restore how it used to be, but I think you have a kind of juxtaposition of old and new. And as you say in fantasy, so this fantasy is composed of very contrast materials and traces of different times, the past and the present, right?
Yes, you have to put together. Uh, I love historical architecture, but that is not my position. That I make this golden chocolate boxes. The greatest present for architect is that you have inner courtyard, which you cover with the glass roof, and in this courtyard, as you enter it from the street, on the axis I put quite modern elevator.
An elevator tower, let's say.
Elevator tower. That is symbol of landmark, symbol of lighthouse, symbol, not symbolic thing.
We also played Zaiga play around this Flying Dutchman theater.
Oh, it's like
Because Wagner got idea when he flew from Riga from Pilau. It's next to Königsberg, small on ship Thetis, and they were in storm, big storm, and almost went down, but survived. And somebody told him this nice tale about Flying Dutchman, and then he wrote opera. In this atrium, we hang model of this Thetis, exactly ship Wagner used, but decorators a Flying Dutchman. It means broken sails and these shells on hull and so on. And now we are in process to produce it. It will be quite big, 5 meters long. Big, nice model. We will hang. We will hang on the level of third floor. That from third floor, which is bel etage, where is museum, you can see what is on deck. And it's big scale. It's 1:6. It means it will be very detailed. Zaiga?
and also all the time I have dialogue with the author, original architect of the building, Christoph Haberland. We study his approaches, his details, and that is so exciting. For we have several churches in Latvia. We have details from these churches, for example, balcony railing, that is his motive. And he was a very interesting architect, avant-garde architect of his time. Very close, I see, close to Palladio approach. That Palladio never has this decorations. You have structure and very nice details. So modern primitive things, they don't work for this house. You need details, but these details, that is how I feel them today, how I look at them. For example, I like Palladio. We all love Palladio. Am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so my Definition is building on the past.
When you start every project, you do a lot of sketches, but you also build lots of models. And in this case, you will show this enormous model in Venice, 2.6 meters long and 1.1 meters wide. First of all, is it complete? Is it finished? And if you can talk about that model and how that informs the project.
My method is that I think in model, in hand drawings, in perspective axonometrical drawings, and we check everything in models and different scales of models.
This model that will be on display in Venice will eventually go back to Riga and you will still be working on it?
Of course, yes, maybe we will change again.
If Zaiga changed something, that it will be changed, of course. But yeah, model will be exposed in our museum.
When I enter the theater finished, I have no surprise because I have checked many times in models and how we make visualization, that is photos of the models with lights and perfect, that is perfect checking.
You've been working on adaptive reuse projects for many years. You started this direction since your student days, so you built a certain philosophy. And I like your phrases such as, I can't build in an empty place.
Yes.
Building on the past, you said. Then you said, old houses are our memories. We need landmarks not to get lost in the world. If you could talk about this realization that we need to hold on to history, and how do you express it in your projects?
Zaiga developed like a school. It means young architects come, work maybe 10 years, and then go and set new bureaus and work and no, work in the same style or similar style or something like that. Yeah, it's like a school.
So how do you teach this ideas of adaptive reuse that you can start not from scratch but from something that was built before?
When a student comes, his first task is to make a model of the house. They have all started. They usually come during summer holidays, and it is 3 months, 2 months, and then everybody remembers from my students that they started with making models, and that is perfect experience. I felt many years very lonely in my passion for historical houses because masculine architects, they don't consider this is architecture. She's dealing with these old houses. And I knew that it will come this time, and this is time of my feeling. I think this is maybe the only way how we can exist in this world. And I hope this year in Biennale we will see more examples of this. This new retrofit, that is also something new, some 2 years. It works, yes, and I think we will come to the point that we will need special permissions to build new houses and to demolish existing houses. More and more it will come. It's not popular for developers, of course, it's much more expensive. But we learn how to work with all the wood, old stone, metal constructions, how friendly it is and how human are all materials. People were looking for a house like machine, that it's this comfort that you only have some old.
No remote control.
Yes, not lazy, but nowadays, yes,
Now people are looking for character, right? For character.
yes.
Also, you just finally, I want to ask you, you mentioned a few times in this conversation about the fantasy that you're trying to create and achieve in your Wagner theater. If you could describe what kind of fantasy do you see when the building is finished, complete, what kind of space people will step into?
I work with all the images, and they will be spread all over the house.
Where will these images be?
That is Hollander.
Okay.
And this is
No,
Fidelio.
Zaiga will try to show examples from past opera theater 200 years ago, also on walls and everything, everywhere. We go back to how house looked in 18th century, not 19th. It was also, we needed special permission because Monument Protection Agency don't like if you change, let's say, 19th century facade. But we said, and we won this. There was argument again that we are going back to theater, which started and existed in 18th century. It means we also like facade from 18th century. It means smaller windows, and it will look different. It's Haberland's original facade, like.
When people visit your theater, when it's completed, it will be like going back into the 18th century, or will it be a complete fantasy made up of 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st century experience
21st century
as well?
today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think complete mix. I think it will be very nice, small treasure of Riga.